Hi, we're the Huge Movie Fanatics here to do a review for Robocop and franchise. And so Robocop came out in '87 as sort of who's the studio behind that? I can't remember.
Orion.
Orion's answer to the Terminator, which eventually they got the rights for Terminator 2, right?
Yeah, and Terminator 2? What?
Right? Didn't they put out a Terminator 2?
Well, no, by then it was that, I don't know how to pronounce it, that Karokol or whatever.
Yeah.
Those,
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Orion was kind of going down by then.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway,
Mm-hmm.
this was their answer to the Terminator in a roundabout way. Paul Verhoeven's directing, and he put some of his trademark satire on it, which worked really, really well, and certainly better, I thought, in Starship Troopers. But the movie is good. It's got some good action. It is really obnoxious and really violent, like overly so. Terminator is an incredibly violent movie, but it didn't feel as violent as this movie does, like with the Burning Man or anything like that, or the fucking shot to the head, or
Christ.
Shooting the hand.
I seen this in the theater, and it was like a year before I even wanted to see this shit, and
Yeah.
I was disturbed.
And I mean, it is just gross and disturbing, and I didn't really respond well to that, especially when the tone of the movie is kind of funny at times, and like the Robocop shooting a dude in the balls between the girl's skirt and stuff like that just was kind of lame. I'll give the movie 2.5. I mean, it's cool. It's fine. I've seen the sequels.
But he doesn't remember them.
But I remember the second one more than I remember the third one. So I give the first one 2.5. The second one I'll give probably 2, and the third one 1.5. Just because I didn't like them back in the day. I remember liking 2 better than 3, but I didn't like them to begin with. This movie, it's fine.
All right.
I've one of my best friends. She loves this movie and the whole franchise. They're like her favorite movies, and she adores them all. And I'm like, good for you. So, RoboCop.
RoboCop's fantastic. I'd say 4 stars. It's been one, obviously. Did you shake your head?
Yeah.
All right. It's been obviously one I grew up with and saw at too young, tender age of whatever, 10 I guess I would have been. So I was a little tender and virginal to see all this violent shit, which I didn't watch the violent shit for a while on video until,
It didn't bother me when I was a kid. Like when I was 10 and watched it, it didn't bother me. I watched it again last year, and I was just like, God, it's like purposeless.
Yeah. So I'll agree that it is obviously overly violent and stuff like that, but whatever. I think it's just a really well done, well constructed. I'd never seen anything. I'd never seen any of his non-American movies, but I mean, I liked Paul Verhoeven in the day. I thought he was great and stuff like that. And this is his first American, movie. And 4 stars. I mean, Peter Weller. This is a movie for me that just introduced me to Peter Weller first of all, and I think he introduced a lot of people to him. And for a lot of people,
I love Buckaroo Banzai. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Oh, okay, sounds good. And Peter Weller's great in general, and this is a movie that every time I hear him talk, it's just RoboCop voice. I mean, that's all I hear from here on in for the rest of my life. So, for me, this is phenomenal, and the great, the magical suit, created by Rob Bottin, and the amazing sound effects too to go with the suit, which I think did win a special achievement Oscar or something like that for the sound effects, which all that stuff. So that's deserved.
I like the score.
Oh yeah, I don't know how to say his name, Basil Podolius or something like that. The guy who would come back and use Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
Score is fantastic. I got that CD, and Ed 209. I mean, who doesn't love Ed 209? And Ed 209. Well, maybe he doesn't, which is fine. It's absolutely fine. So to make it, I guess to make a long story short, he doesn't really care about it. 4 stars. And I'll just briefly go. 2 stars came out in 1990, directed by, what's his name? Ivan Kershner, was that his name from Empire Strikes Back?
He directed that one? That's
directed
unfortunate.
it, yeah.
And it was written by Frank Miller, who is an amazing comic book author. He's written some of the best, most iconic storylines in comic books, and he hates that movie because they threw away his script.
Oh.
The ideas were there, but not the actual.
Oh, okay.
And result. And like he gave up on Hollywood until Sin City because he said people just ruin his stuff. And after Sin City came out, he's like, nobody will ever direct anything based on my material again outside of me.
Oh, okay.
The only exception to that was 300, which he also hates. But that one was already being filmed when he made that announcement.
So I'd give 2 3 stars. I like certain elements, and again, because having seen it at a young age, it's one of those things that imprints that way.
I might rewatch it because of Kirshner. I like him.
Well, you know, I don't think 2 is as bad as, you know, I don't obviously know what his initial intention was, but the sequel, I mean, it could have been a lot worse. The whole aspect of him being reprogrammed, I think, was both cool and dumb at the same time, to be like politically correct for a while there in the middle point of the movie, where it's like the posted speed limit is 35. We must set a good example and all this shit. So I thought that was, you know, it was something different from the first movie and cool and dumb at the same time. And then having him obviously go back from that at the end and go kick some ass, and you know, having the Robocop 2, which was the thing that OCP was just designing, trying to mimic the.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, well, also the robot that they ended up with in the stop motion Phil Tippett shit at the end. So I really dug it as a kid and still think it's kind of cool. 3 stars for Robocop 2. Robocop 3 takes another step down. I would give it 2 stars just for being, you know, more or less a competent Robocop movie, but it's mostly just, you know, it's PG-13 Robocop, so, you know, we can't have any of that wonderful useless violence that he loves so much.
I mean, it's my same problem with like Judge Dredd, Dredd, the new movie. Like, it was just.
Well, yeah, I agree. If you watch our review of that, which you were here for,
Yeah.
I said the same thing about the skinning and just shooting people in the back. I didn't like at all. So Robocop 3 was kind of lame and cool at the same time. I mean, mostly
All
lame.
I remember in that one really is that he's flying.
Yeah, that's the new like big gimmick for Robocop 3 was the jetpack. Yeah, I mean, it was stupid to kill off. Everyone knows, so I'm not going to say spoiler alert. I guess I already did just now, but it was stupid to kill off what's her name? I don't even remember her name.
I don't even remember it either.
Anne Lewis, I think.
Yeah.
It was dumb to kill her off. It was stupid, but whatever. You know, I've always said that, you know, they should do a Robocop 4, but of course, in this day and
They
age,
did make 2 made-for-TV movies.
no, that's right. They did all kinds of shit.
And
But
then
they had a
like
series,
TV show, yeah.
a TV show. Then there's all these like Robocop movies that are
Robocop, like Redemption.
yeah.
shit.
There's a Crash and Burn. There's one called Crash and Burn. There are all kinds of Robocop shit. So, but
I've never seen them. I will.
yeah, I have some of them, but yeah, they're forgettable. So. I don't know, I guess we'll leave it at that. I didn't know you didn't care about the movies, otherwise I probably wouldn't have made you do this. But I kind of did it because the stupid reboot's coming in.
Yeah, what is your take on the trailer?
Oh, we might as well throw in a trailer review here too.
Franchise review.
And trailer, I think it's stupid.
It looks really lame, right?
Yeah. Like he looks cool until he's black.
And then
because for a while he looks
well,
like,
then he turns into like Dark Knight Robocop, where he's got the Iron Man cut of the suit.
Oh man.
Yeah, it just looks lame.
You know, I don't. Well, you can.
Although Gary Oldman's in it, so maybe it'll be okay.
And isn't I can't remember Michael Keaton? Isn't he in it?
Michael Keaton's in it, yeah. Is Bryan Cranston in it? Or
I don't know.
I can't remember. The dude from Breaking Bad.
Oh.
I can't remember, but
So I don't know. I there's this theater where you can see him for $5 on Tuesday, so I might have to just for fun.
Yeah.
I can imagine you're not going to go.
I'm gonna go maybe with a friend who loves it so much,
Loves
just
what?
to Robocop,
In
because
general? Oh, that
she
woman,
thinks it
that
looks
girl?
great. And I'm like, but it looks like nothing that you like about Robocop, and she's like, yeah, I'm ready for something new, I guess. I have my 3 movies in the show, and I was like, okay. There's a cartoon show too, wasn't there?
Yes, there was. I have a toy.
There's a comic book that's actually kind of good called RoboCop versus Terminator, where they mix the 2
Video games
franchise.
too,
Yeah, it was based on the comic, and it's actually not too bad. I can't remember. I think RoboCop 1, which kind of sucked, but I was hoping for Terminator. Too bad.
So that was a review of a lot of RoboCop related things.
Yeah. RoboCops.
RoboCop stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I didn't have much sleep. Can you tell? Like, can you tell? Am I like a zombie or
You're just not as
energetic?
yeah, energetic as normal.
All right.
Yeah, so that's the Robocop stuff for you.
Thank you very much for watching.
Maybe we'll have a review for
A
Robocop
reboot whenever this guy becomes available again.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right. Because we both may go see it.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
You're gonna be a bad motherfucker.